3 2 1. Hello guys, Wizard here bringing you another Total War Warhammer replay with commentary. For today's battle we are playing as the new and improved Cathay, and we're gonna see how they're going to perform against one of the strongest faction. I mean, in the older sense, there might not be the strongest, one of the strongest now, but yeah, we're going against Ogre Kingdoms who used to terrorize the meta. Cathay used to be good against them overall, but yeah, they received a lot of buffs, so we're gonna see how we're gonna deal with this really scary army. So for my army, let's slow down a bit. I don't remember if I casted anything at the start of the game, but let's talk about the armies fast. I have 3 units of peasant long spearmen in the front line. We have 1 2 3 3 Jade warriors with halberds, another peasant long spearman here, 3 Ironhail gunners, and we have the again a new and better crane gunners, more expensive but overall better, with another peasant long spearman, so 5 in total. We also have a dragon blood Shugen gun as well. Let's see the spells I decided to bring. You just really need the usual. In this matchup, I have Scales of the Celestial Court. We have his Storm of Shadows, hers Storm of Shadows, which slows, a great spell. Missile Mirror and Talons of the Night. We also have Ancestral Warriors as well. The rest are the passive stuff, so I'm just gonna move through them for you guys to see. And for our opponent, let's start the game in the normal speed. I'm seeing some Mournfang Cavalry with Iron Fist, 2 Nobler Scrap Launchers. I see these pick in matchup against Cathays a lot. We have Lead Belchers, Scrag the Slaughter. We have 2 Ogre Bows and 1 unit of Iron Guts for the start. These Nobblers are pretty fast and they're going to capture the objective number 1 for my opponent. Let's see the spells on Scrag while the armies get close. Cauldron of the Great Maw, and for we also extra ingredients for spells, Bone Crusher, Troll Guts, and I guess that's it. Yeah, so the Scrap Launchers already shooting at my peasants, which doesn't matter really. These guys are pretty cheap, so I don't mind it. But my Dragon Blooded Lord has moved to the opponent's side of the battlefield and summoned some Ancestral Warriors here. Even though they're going to get wrecked by this many units around them, but they're gonna do some damage in return, so happy about that. The infantry, especially the frontline anti-large units, are gonna move in. They're gonna just charge in. I might keep the Jade Warriors back a bit, so my Ironhail gunners have more protection if these guys decide to just charge in, as they're doing now. They're moving right in, and I'm just gonna give the order to these Ironhail gunners to just unload on these poor ogres. We'll see how they do. The damage is great. Look at the damage each shot is doing. They're pretty strong. These guys are kind of obstructed, I think. They're not shooting. The Jade Warriors are standing. But yeah, let's just move to the other side. The Ancestral Warriors did a lot of damage to the Scrap Launcher. It's running away. I messed up a bit here. I just charged down to stop the Lead Belchers from shooting, but Scrag and these guys just went in and tried to surround him, so I have to use my second Ancestral Warrior summon to deal with this. That's a pretty nice spell. I think I brought in some Longbows as well, and my opponent had a Stormhorn which moved through here. I don't know if it got summoned from here, but I didn't realize that it's going in through my units until it was too late, and I think this member for my opponent is going down. But but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna send the Longmas, Great Longma Riders, to hold the Stonehorn back. And look at the damage these guys are doing. The Ironhail gunners with the combination of these crane gunners, which they have shield breaker ability. So I think this unit has less missile resistance now, and it broke just like that pretty fast. It doesn't show that it's reduced, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe you really need the armor, but just like that we were able to deal with a really annoying unit that is really great against Grand Cathay. And I have to say I'm pretty impressed with how Ironhail gunners are performing. So I'm just trying to stop the scrap launchers from shooting. The other one did rally at this part, but I after I was able to summon these ancestral warriors, I freed the dragon blooded lord and just went it and chased it off the battlefield. So that's great. The Longma riders going after the lead belchers, and I'm sure you guys know these guys are pretty squishy. If they get focused by anything, range, melee, they're just gonna run away, and that was their last model. And I think my Longmas are kind of free to do whatever they want. So at this part, Storm of the Night going down, catching all of these Noblars, which is pretty insane. I was pretty happy with this result. These guys were going to cause a lot of problem trying to saturate Scrag, getting to the objective. And let's look at the objective. Objective number 1, which is in the other my opponent's side, is his. And with the amount of units my opponent brought into the middle, he was also able to capture the middle point. But the point on my side is mine, and as you guys were seeing here, my opponent had a lot more tickets than me. A Bone Crusher going down, really nice cast, doing a lot of damage to these Jade Warriors, but it's not enough to break them. And we're dealing with the second scrap launchers, which is pretty great. I summoned some peasant horsemen to just chase off these units off the battlefield. If these guys come back, it's going to be a problem. They still have decent amount of numbers, so that's really nice. On the other side, the Ironhail gunners are shooting the Morfang cavalry. These guys don't have the shield, and they're getting shot at. Summoned some peasant horsemen to hold them in place a bit to be able to shoot them. And now one of the greatest units in the Grand Cathay roster, especially against ogres, have to say. There is not a lot of ways to deal with this beast here. Already winded is just run from my side of the battlefield to here, and he's winded. So he used Storm of the Shadows to slow Scrag down, and we probably did some damage there to him because his back is turned. And really nice play from opponent, sending some Noblars to act as a roadblock here. But yeah, look how long that spell is. Still has more seconds on it. But at this stage, I didn't want to lose my prize, so I'm just gonna use another Talons of the Night and just chase Scrag with my caster here. And overall, it looks like we were able to capture the middle point. And with his Lord dead, I don't think my opponent has a lot of ways of winning. The Morfang cavalry did go on to chase the units that I put here to hold this objective in place, and they're capturing the point, which is pretty nice play for my opponent. So I have to send the Longma Riders and the Shugen gun to deal with them, and I think we're gonna be able to do it. I'm just gonna send the crane gunners as well, so to get some shooting done. Let's see the range. They're pretty close. If they get to posture, they're just gonna shoot them, and we're gonna be able to deal with them. I just have to try to come from behind. My opponent realizes this. As soon as he captures this point, he's just running away, but we're slowing them, and the crane gunners are shooting. And I guess, yeah, my opponent decides to give up, which is understandable. I would have just summoned some peasant horsemen to capture this point, and these guys were not going to survive. So overall, really nice battle. GG to my opponent. Have to say, I'm really enjoying playing as Grand Cathay now. At the start of the game, I tried these guys out and my sanity just broke. It was pretty horrible experience for me playing Grand Cathay. I think 90% of my loss, 80 to 90% of my loss were with Grand Cathay. I really tried my best to make them work, but it didn't work. But right now, I think they actually have a chance, especially with these Ironhail gunners, which did really great, especially this one. I don't know what it was shooting, but yeah, really great things, great stuff here. The caster did really great. She paid for herself and then some. The crane gunners, the combination was great. The front line held, which is what you want them to do. Terracotta, even though he came in late, it did really great. I mean, it's really hard to kill this thing without any range power, and my opponent didn't have any in its starting army. You can see my rest of the army there, and let's see the anything doing especially well. Doesn't look like it. So that's it for this battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Try these guilds out. The Ironhail gunners really strong. If you can protect them with a lot of infantry, they're just gonna do a lot, especially against Ogre kingdoms, because these guys are large. You can shoot over the head. That's one of the weaknesses that these units have. That is that they can't easily shoot over their own units if the enemy is a small target. But if they're large, they're just gonna unload and destroy them. So guess that's it. If you guys wanna join my Discord server, the link is in the description, and guess that's it. Catch you all later. Bye.